Yeah, so I bought my one bed flat in Kilburn a long time ago, 1999, I think it was, and I lived in it for a few years. And then when I moved out, just before I got married and so on, I decided to, rather than sell the flat to buy a sort of my house, I decided to sort of remortgage it as a buy to let. So released money from it, which enabled me to buy my house, and rented it out. I then went through a period of time renting it out myself, rather than going through Paramount, and that worked quite well actually because I just seemed to easily find tenants. It's a very nice little flat. It's got a little roof terrace and an upstairs space in the loft, which has been converted so people can work there and have overnight visitors to sleep there and so on. And it rented out really well. But then I found it was getting harder and harder after a few years to rent out. And I just thought, I just can't cope with this. So I then went to Spencer and said, look, Spencer, I need to rent out my flat. And then he went into my flat and took one look at it and said, oh my gosh, Daniel, you need to fix this flat. It's basically not in sufficiently good nick to rent out properly / legally / in compliance with everything. So Spencer whizzed around with his team and told me what needed doing to put it into a sort of legal state. And since then, the flat's been rented out through Spencer, and it's just taken the weight off my mind. And it's just worked swimmingly ever since then.
When Spencer went in to that first time that he went in and he kind of brought up a whole sort of list of compliance items, were there things in there that you had not even maybe realized that had need addressing, or that, didn't meet legal requirements or that sort of thing?
Yeah, completely. Electrics, gas. I mean, I kind of knew you had to get gas certificates, but I didn't really understand about electrics. And also, he just went round and, because he knows he's been doing this for so long, he knows what needs to be done, basically. And yeah, I mean, it was a weight off my mind really, because I knew it was I felt it sort of wasn't right. But there was no way I would know what to do or wanted to do, or basically, I don't even think about my flat. As your life goes on, etc., and you have sort of children and so on, you sort of have less and less time. Like, I used to do repairs myself. Like, I used to go round, if there was a leak, I'd go around myself and try and fix it. And I remember sort of like cleaning out the drains, and there's just no way I would have time to do that now. So because I would do it to sort of save money, but it's a kind of false economy really, because I just kept on getting leaks and I wasn't doing it properly, and it would take me so long to fix things. Whereas now, if anything needs fixing, it just gets done. And I don't really, and it just sort of gets absorbed into the cost of the rent and so on. So, and I know that these kind of Paramount suppliers, Paramount keeps on top of them to make sure they're doing a job and not overcharging and so on. So that's always been a really good experience with Spencer. And I would never try and rent a flat out myself again. God, because it's so much more, like, I don't know, everyone has such high expectations, the regulations are so much higher, it just takes up so much time. It's so much better to have someone who knows what they're doing it.